We're at the start line of the men's elite race for the Trek USCX series, race number 1, Vinton, Virginia. It's Go Cross. We're looking at the tires. If you saw Eric Bruner's tire, there is like a Grifo. You got Strohmeyer on what is a Dugast, looks like almost a sand tire, file tread. So significantly different tires for the riders in our race here. And here we go. Here is our start. Strohmeyer on the left in the Stars and Stripe. We got Bruner in the Pan Am jersey a little farther back. Cody Scott with a great start along with Ben Frederick as they come around the bend, hitting the grass for the first time. Strohmeyer up front. Cody Scott in second place. A little later in this lap, still in the first minute or so, we got Strohmeyer leading the way. Big pack of 25 riders in this race. Late afternoon, hot weather. First time through the sand now. We got Strohmeyer leading the way, being able to ride. Let's see if he makes it all the way through. Yes, making it all the way through, but Cody Scott still on his wheel, able to maintain that distance, even having to dismount as our field comes out of the woods and heading towards the big U-turn with the logs on this Roanoke Go Cross course. And here they are around that horseshoe. Strohmeyer still leading the way. Scott still in second. Kerry Warner in third place. We've got Eric Bruner in fourth. I believe that's Dylan Zakrajczyk in fifth place and on down. First time over the flyover. Warner has moved out in front. We got Strohmeyer in second place. Oh, Cody Scott sending it over the flyover, up and over the planks and around to the hillside, Meg's Mountain side of the course. They're going to cross over here in a second. Meg's Mountain, absolute nightmare for these riders today. 3 times up and down, hardest part of the course, but also the one that where it made the most difference. We're going to see Warner still leading the way. Local guy, lives in Roanoke, Virginia, but Strohmeyer coming up on the right-hand side, looking to make that move, making the pass on the descent. Bruner is right there as well. He does not want Strohmeyer to get too far ahead, but Warner able to recover, keep that second spot until they hit the uphill again, and here comes Eric Bruner right up there on Strohmeyer's wheel and right by him as they make the descent. Warner still in first. We got now Clark in fourth place. Tyler Clark had a bad start, missed his pedal, so he's been playing catch-up for most of this first lap as Bruner leads everyone up the hill. Strohmeyer still on his wheel. Those guys have battled so many times. It's great to see them out here doing it once again at the beginning of this season. Coming up and around, and now it's Bruner's turn to take the lead. He wants to dictate that tempo. We are on lap 2 right now of this race, coming around pit 1, heading towards the sand for the second time. Tawfiq Bashir right there leading the chasers. He is currently in 5th place, first year elite, 19 years old, and hanging on to the back of that, 18 years old, hanging on to the back of that front pack. Great debut for Tawfiq. We are now on the stair side of the course. Bruner still leading the way. Warner, a little separation back to Bashir. Cody Scott, Jules Van Kempen up there as well. We got Luke Walter. New kit, didn't recognize him as first. He is in one of the chase groups as well as Calvin Conaway, already fully unzipped in this hot weather. This was a tough spot coming down here. These really tricky turns leading into the steps. Bruner leading the way to the stairs. Strohmeyer always on his wheel. Those two are going to keep eyes on each other for this whole race. Tyler Clark having a great race there in 3rd place. And Kerry Warner still leading or trailing the lead pack in 4th place. Bashir still right there. Van Kempen and Zakrajczyk coming through next in line. Heading back over to the front again. Eric Bruner, Strohmeyer, Clark have now got a little bit of a gap over Kerry Warner. He's right there still trying to keep contact with this group, but it's becoming a little bit of a struggle for Warner as those top 3 start to pull away. Bruner really making it difficult for everyone out here on these climbs. He is attacking up the climb. Strohmeyer doing his best just to stay on that wheel. Tyler Clark right there. And Werner looking like he may be fighting for fourth place at this point. Bruner is Strohmeyer coming down Meigs Mountain, actually hitting the climb from Meigs Mountain up here. You know, a little confusing. Last year it was 2 climbs on Meigs Mountain, which was really hard. This year they were like, not hard enough. We're going to add a 3rd climb. I'm not sure how much the riders appreciate it, but it made for good racing. Bashir is still trying to get back onto that lead group, looking really good, but now he's got Jules Van Kempen hunting him down. Now Winston-Salem kid, new team for Jules this year. Zakrajcek still there as well, and we have a definitive top 3 at this point, and it looks like Tyler Clark is getting challenged. We got Bruner, Strohmeyer getting a little bit of a gap on Clark as they head back towards the sand for the 4th time. Into the sand, Bruner leading the way. Bruner strongest in the sand today. He is able to make it the farthest each time, riding it clean all the way through. A lot of times, as he does here. Strohmeyer also able to make it all the way through. Clark as well. Maybe the only 3 people, with a couple other exceptions, who are able to ride that sand. New sand at Roanoke this year made it really difficult for the riders in the past that had gotten packed down early and it really wasn't much of a factor. This year, truly a great feature, almost like a mini Coke side out there with a couple bumps and lumps in there that made it even more difficult. Luke Walter leading that chase pack. Got Ryan Drummond there on the back of that one, and Ben Frederick coming in probably about 10th place at that point. Clark, couple seconds farther down as we come up to the flyover straight into the planks. If you want to win this race, you're not getting off your bike at this planks. Bruner, Strohmeyer, both up and over. Clark as well, still trying to just keep them in contact. Just wants to make sure that they don't get too far away. He's riding his own pace in 3rd place. Bruner with a little look over his shoulder, and as soon as he did that, Strohmeyer was like, "You looking for me? Here I am," and goes by him, makes the pass as they come to the front side of Meigs Mountain for this first ascent of 3. Strohmeyer out of the saddle, a little bit of a kick, doesn't really phase Bruner that much as he makes it over the top. Clark still just a couple seconds back. Now Strohmeyer taking a little peek over his shoulder, and Bruner reacts the same way that Andrew did. He's coming up on his left-hand side, keeping it really tight. Coming into this final climb on Meigs Mountain, and Clark just hanging in there the whole time. Really tricky descent there. You can see the braking going on. That's the last descent right before they make the turn for the finishing stretch. Kerry Warner now keeping that distance, but Jules Van Kempen just has him in his targets. All right, we got Strohmeyer, we got Bruner, both taking drinks, both sitting up, just both taking their time, in no rush coming down the finishing straight. 5 laps to go. Clark sees this as an opportunity, starts to accelerate down there while they're taking a drink. He's working hard, and boom, right there. He's there, made it to them, and not slowing down. Goes right by them. Perfect thing to do. If you catch the pack, go right by them. So now we got Clark leading, Strohmeyer on his wheel, and Bruner in 3rd. Tyler Clark looked like he was out of it. 5 laps to go, right back in this race. And the best thing to do for him, he was getting dropped a little bit by these guys. If he dictates the pace, they have to ride his race. And that's what's happening right now as he starts to take them towards the sand one more time. So Clark gets to lead through the sand with 2 strong sand riders. Perfect position for him to be in. Gets off early, forces Strohmeyer off. Look at Brunner, though, just in complete control, able to stay on the bike, gets that little advantage of not having to remount, able to take a breath while the other guys have to work a little harder to get back on their bike after running, and our top three are all together. Clark continues to lead through the horseshoe, coming to the end of the front half of this course. Here they are just past the steps, going to make this turn, and we'll see them coming into the flyover. Doesn't look like the pace is as high as it was about a lap or so ago. Clark's done a really good job just taking his time, working his own pace. Got a little sketchy there on top of the flyover. Looking back now at the next pack, and Van Kempen and Bashir both have caught Kerry Warner. This is a good battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th place. Back up at the front, Clark continues to lead. I think Strohmeyer is perfectly happy with having Clark do the work at the front. Same with Brunner. I think they're all just biding their time. Strohmeyer, they're taking out a stake. Thankfully, it didn't take out him. He's able to just keep the pace as they hit the hill. And here we go. Every time we get to these hills, Strohmeyer and Brunner are just punching it. This time it's Strohmeyer goes back out in front. Brunner now in second. Clark to third. So good job by Clark to lead the laps that he could, but now relegated back to that third spot. And in the chase behind, Jules Van Kempen making the move, able to separate himself from Kerry and Tofik as our top three make it down the start, grabbing those drinks. 4 laps to go. Strohmeyer now back out front. Brunner on his wheel. Clark in the 3-hole. This is where it's just this is just a waiting game now. Nobody's really making a move. They've been really punchy throughout this race, really attacking each other, but everybody's able to cover everything. And just as I say that, Brunner once again goes out in front. Now it's Strohmeyer's turn. They are both pushing the pace, and that is hurting once again Tyler Clark. Strohmeyer, as we get towards the stair side of the course, able to separate himself, and Clark now about 3 seconds back, but behind in the chase, 4th place. Jules Van Kempen now is solo in 4th, has separated himself completely from Warner and Bashir. Bashir actually up there in 5th place alone, so he's dropped Kerry Warner. And out front, it looks like it's a race of 2 as we come up the stairs. Strohmeyer, Brunner. Strohmeyer running a little farther than Brunner. Brunner a little slower to get back on the bike. So that's a tactical thing, taking more time, finding a flatter spot up there to get back on the bike and remount. And it helps Strohmeyer. He gets just about a bike length out of that, but all those bike lengths would start to add together. Tyler Clark sees them going up the course now. All he can do just to try to maintain contact, but that may have been the last gasp. Great job getting back into that top 3, but they may be gone now. We are in the final laps of the race. Brunner now taking the lead. Strohmeyer in second. Clark a couple seconds back, and here we go on these hills again. This is where all the action was taking place. Brunner up and out of the saddle. This is kind of the prologue. This is right before it gets started, and here we go. This is the punchy climb. Strohmeyer looks like he's ramping up behind, but Brunner just hitting it hard, able to keep that lead as they come down the descent. Once again, Strohmeyer going wide, trying to make that pass. Just nothing there, not able to do it. We're going to hit the second climb. Brunner again. Doesn't even look like he's trying, up and out of there. Such a strong dude, just able to push ahead. Strohmeyer still on the wheel. These guys have raced against each other so many times. They know their moves down pat. Oh, now it's Bruner running into a stake a little bit. There's nothing really happening once again. Both took their shots on that lap. Both still right together. Bruner not taking a drink this time. He is going all in on this lap. Down low in that time trial position, trying to get away from Strohmeyer. It does not work. Strohmeyer counterattacks, coming underneath the flyover. He now has 2 or 3 bike lengths, gets out to the sand. He's really starting to maintain that lead. He's got about 3-4 bike lengths here, but he has to dismount, and Bruner does as well. Bruner was able to stay on his bike for those other laps this time, also dismounting. Advantage Strohmeyer on that occasion. And you can already see how the gap just out of the sand is starting to separate. That sand was a launching pad for Strohmeyer. It's already 7-8 bike lengths as they exit the sand and head towards the horseshoe. At the horseshoe, we got Strohmeyer finishing it out and towards the stairs before Bruner is even in the horseshoe. This one looks like it might be the definitive move. Strohmeyer getting away, up and over the flyover. We don't even see Bruner in the background at this point, up and over the planks. We still have 2.5 laps to go in this, and it is a significant lead now for Strohmeyer. Bruner in second place really does not have the drive that he did before. Not sure he's going to be able to close that one down. Here as Bruner is climbing up the first climb, we see that Strohmeyer already on the second climb. That's how big that gap is right now. They got one climb separating them. That's going to be a lot to make up. Cody Scott flying the flyover and up and over. Nice work by him. Here's the rest of your chase. We got Luke Walter in front of Calvin Conaway. These guys are a little farther down. Ben Frederick on their wheel. I think they're all still in the top 10. Strohmeyer making his way down. You can see all the dust that was out there today. Dusty course, hot conditions. Bruner not giving up, still trying to gain ground, but I'm not sure that he has enough time left. And there's your third place, Tyler Clark. Tyler Clark, you can see Bruner up there on the right-hand side. So he's starting to close that gap. So Bruner may have to start not looking ahead, but start looking behind to make sure he can maintain that second place. Here we got Strohmeyer seeing the bell. 1 lap to go for him. Seems like he is in cruise control at this point. Bruner coming through for his final lap. You can see what the gap is to Tyler Clark as the dust sort of settles. There he is. There's Clark in third place. He has his work cut out for him if he's going to get up to second place. Kerry Warner, Cody Scott racing together into the sand. Scott on his wheel, but Cody looks like he's starting to struggle a little bit. Has to get it off. Warner continues just to push it forward, letting the gap go. And here we go. Here is your winner. Day 1, Go Cross, first round USCX Series. CXT Trek Bikes rider. That is Andrew Strohmeyer taking the win. Second year in a row with a win at Go Cross for Strohmeyer. Bruner able to hold on to second place. Great race between those two. Be good to see them do it again tomorrow. Tyler Clark, great finish, podium finish for him in third place for the Canadian. Good ride by Jules Van Kempen. Really good showing for Jules in fourth place. And here we go. This is the battle we want to watch. This is fifth place. This is Tofik still out there on his own, but he's got company now. We got Kerry Warner right behind him. We got Cody Scott on his wheel coming up the hill. This is the final descent for Tofik. Makes it around that corner clean, but Kerry is starting to tripod around the corner and close down that gap. We're going to have a sprint finish here between these three. Tofik making the turn for home. Kerry right on his wheel. Tofik goes wide, starts to roll it up, but you can already see Kerry Werner just sprinting with everything he's got behind, is able to make the pass in the last second and take that spot. But still, great finish by Bashir as well. And there is Cody Scott getting the good look at that sprint. That took a lot out of Kerry Werner. There it is. That is your men's elite race Go Cross day one.
Elite men's and national champions. Welcome back to the top step, Mr. Andrew Strohmeyer. Hands in the air, gentlemen, your elite podium on the day. Clark, Bruner, and Strohmeyer.
All right, Andrew, first race of the season, first race on home soil in the Stars and Stripes. You know, hot day, it's Go Cross. It's not starting out easy. Tell me a little bit, just preparing for this race and getting into it.
Yeah, we come out here every year, and every year it feels the same. Always just a shock to the system. Down here, just really hot and dusty, and yeah, you never expect it to be super hard, but yeah, you come out here and just go full gas for an hour, really shake out the cobwebs, and yeah, you felt it today.
So, of course, we knew that you and Bruner and Tyler Clark looked like he was going well coming into this, so we kind of knew it was going to be you three up there near the front. Walk us through just kind of the strategy. It looked like Eric was testing you a lot there.
Yeah, when I saw that he registered, because he registered late, probably with the day registration closed, I knew the race was going to be harder for sure. I mean, yeah, he's one of the strongest guys in the country, so anytime he shows up to a race, you know it's going to be hard. And yeah, it made me have to think a lot today about how I was going to actually win the race. So yeah, it made for some tough racing.
It looked like on the hills he was attacking you, and then may have had to sit up a little bit, and you took advantage. Just walking through that move.
Yeah, it was some really good bike racing. We, I don't know, played some games for the first half of the race. It was hot. I didn't really want to go to the front and blow up too early, and then Tyler came back to us and he went to the front, so that was nice. But I put in a little dig. I wanted to kind of throw out a feeler and see where people were at, and he was able to stay with me, and he knew I put in a dig, so he knew it was time to attack. And yeah, he hit the climbs in the second half of the course. Yeah, really, really hard, and yeah, it took a lot. But I was able to stay with him, and I knew that was the point where he was most vulnerable, and if I could just put in a little dig after that, then yeah, I could probably get a gap and yeah, take the win. So
where'd you take that dig? Because I couldn't see it from top of the hill.
Yeah, so he led down to the start finish, then yeah, we set up a little bit going under the flyover. Then I took the lead coming past pit 1, put in a little dig out of the corner, and then yeah, noticed I got a little gap, so at every corner up to the sand just went full gas. We ended up both having to run the sand that lap, but I was able to get on the bike and accelerate, and yeah, I think he was a little slower to get back up to speed, so that's where I really got the gap solidified.
I think they're going to call you for podium soon, and I don't want to be the one in trouble for holding you back, but congratulations on today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.